Akurat szkoda, że nie było linii na ten najlepszy. No i tak przynajmniej jeden. Stoperek. Tak.
We are in the 6th end of our featured game at the 15th International Wheelchair Curling Tournament here in Curling Club Wetzikon. It's grown into one of the key fixtures for the wheelchair players, the tournament here in Wetzikon. A lot of these teams will be travelling for a competition in Scotland next week. That has become our sister tournament. Makes the journey more worthwhile when you have competitions back-to-back weekends. So a lot of these teams, they will be heading to Scotland in the next days and playing each other all over again in Stirling next weekend. Now, we've had all sorts of varieties of 6th end over the weekend. Sometimes it can be quite explosive. It can really turn a game around. We've seen one or two of those, and we've seen some very tense 6th ends as well. Poland would be delighted to have an explosive sort of a 6th end. Joanna being asked to just punch that blue through, which she does. Poland maybe noting that Geneva team seem much more comfortable with the gentler weight. Very strong with T-weight, with drawing, putting up some guards. So maybe saying to themselves, well, yeah, if we just punch that yellow through, Geneva don't seem to be hitting a lot of stones, so probably that yellow will still hang around. And that's wise from Poland, realising that, really playing what's in front of them. A little bit unconventional tactics from Geneva, but working for them. And Poland maybe saying to themselves, oh, we can maybe use that a little bit to our advantage, these unconventional tactics as well. But again, a lovely throw from Geneva. That's pretty much what was asked for. They want a blue ahead of T-line, but you can punch back towards T-line, or you could maybe use that blue onto yellow. And they really just keep these blue stones in play, Geneva. They keep stones in front, they keep stones hanging around. Can use those later.
Ale gdzie ten wjazd? Pokaż.
Słucham?
Co?
13.
Szczerze mówiąc, tego nie rozumiem. Pokaż, gdzie mamy stanąć. A, dobra.
It is Poland who have last stone here. I'm not sure what they're discussing.
Lepiej wjeżdżać za ich niebieskiego.
No lepiej, ale jak dobijemy?
Nie, no bez jaj.
No dobra.
Takie dostaliśmy wytyczne.
So Joanna just making sure she's happy with her throwing position. You can see you push yourself to position, put on your brake, and then very often you have a teammate behind holding your wheel. Well, pretty much always you have a teammate behind holding your wheels to make sure you don't slip when you're pushing the stone. Joanna's got stronger and stronger through the game. Took her a couple of ends to just settle into the game.
Trochę mocno.
Is that... Oh, no, that's not going to stop. Oh, sorry, Joanna. I didn't mean to curse you there.
Minimalnie, ale wyleciał. Ale
It is still Poland who are lying shot, that yellow in your picture.
na początku domu.
That's closest just now. And as we've seen, Geneva don't seem to favour takeout. Their best form of defence is more attack. And they're currently winning this game 5 points to 3. So why change that winning strategy? Of course, all your power in wheelchair curling coming from upper body, not like leg drive, as you would see in foot curling.
To samo. Może być szerszy.
Throwing lots of takeouts only with upper body strength. I feel like that is surely a bit tougher than throwing big stones with leg drive. And Geneva sticking to their strengths.
Daleko stoisz.
Not so interested in removing stones, just putting better stones in play.
Przesuń się. Wózek.
Well, we've been discussing that interesting situation at the top of the table. Currently, going into this game, it is Canada who are on 8 points with 4 out of 4. Right behind them are Slovakia and Korea on 6 points with 3 wins out of 4. And guess who's currently winning? Slovakia continue their imperious progress on sheet 1. And Korea just stole a 2 from Canada over on sheet 6. And that means that Korea are now leading Canada after 6 ends, 5 points to 4. Are we going to have that big log jam of 3 teams top of the table on 8 points, 4 wins? Then it will be advantage Slovakia because they've got all the ends on their scorecard. I will try and work it out for you, viewer.
Jest. Ale za wąsko poszło.
Meanwhile,
Aj, aj, aj.
Geneva again relentless with this tee weight, with this draw weight, piling stones out front of tee line in that dangerous area.
Troszkę szczęścia. No to trzeba to jest
It's Poland who have last stone, but indeed, if they want to score something,
według mnie za duże ryzyko, że się
they
trafi.
need to remove these blue stones.
I tak powinniśmy się pozbyć.
Now, viewer, I have just been doing some quick calculations here on my notepad. So, as things stand out there, it is Slovakia who are winning their game against Estonia, and it is Korea who are leading in their game against Canada. Now, as I said, Slovakia, they're miles away. They currently have 26 ends in total, and nobody can catch that. So, if things stay as they are, it would be Slovakia who goes top. And Canada and Korea, oh gosh, it's tight over there. Canada currently have 20 ends and Korea have 19.
Ale wybił chyba tego niebieskiego z tyłu. No i dobrze, to jest to, co Asia chciała, żeby zrobić.
I wonder if the coaches, I'm sure the coaches, in fact, of Canada and Korea, I'm sure they've worked this out as well.
One były podobnie jak w tym poprzednim endzie, co jednak po prostu dało się.
Canada masters of their own destiny, but if Canada would lose this 7th and 8th end, it would be Korea who jumps over them in the table, and we would see Korea-Slovakia playing for the championship. Canada need to win one more of their ends. They're in their 7th end, and Canada needs to just score something. They don't need to win this game, but if they want to play in the final, they will have to score something in end 7 or end 8. And oh, look at you, Geneva. They have got all the shots in their pocket. Difficult to outdraw those yellows, so Geneva kind of forced to throw a bit of a heavier weight and making it beautifully. And like I said, Geneva still looking for that first win, but they've not been having a horrible weekend at all. The standard getting higher and higher in the wheelchair game. And no dummy teams out there at all. Geneva, they've been giving the big teams plenty to think about, but just not quite coming out with a win yet. They will really want to keep this pressure on Poland. Poland, they're on 1 win. But Geneva would love to finish with a win here in this game. If we do end up with a Canada-Slovakia final, that would be a repeat of the bronze medal match from Paralympic in Beijing last year, and it was Canada who came home with the medal. And actually, Slovakia's only loss in this competition so far was when they met Canada in an earlier round. Slovakia would love then to have another go at this Canadian team, finally get a win from them. Slovakia all but qualified for that 1-2 playoff. The critical game from that perspective is over on sheet 6, where Canada and Korea are playing. Another nice throw from Geneva. Interesting end here. I think this could be one of those explosive 6th ends. A lot of stones in play. That yellow on our left, that's still line shot, but you can see Lukasz, the skip from Poland, pretty concerned about those 3 blues out front. All 3 of them are dangerous. It would not take much to just push any one of those 3 blues back just about half a meter, 1 meter, and then all of a sudden you would have a blue at the center with a bunch of stones out front. An intriguing 6th end, I would describe this as so far.
13. Łukasz. 13.
Looks like the call is...
Albo wybijmy, będzie bezpieczniej, co? Dobra, nie, dobra.
Looks like the call is to try to get a 2nd yellow in behind those dangerous blues. And this tricky stuff, there's not much space to curl something in behind the blues, which are already in that front ring. But I do agree that we want a 2nd yellow in play, even if this yellow just nudges up to one of those blues, which I think it's going to. That's not too bad. Important is that we have a 2nd yellow hanging around now.
Nasz jest lepszy.
And actually,
Jeszcze,
he
ale...
maybe got a nice little angle on there.
13-3, dobra.
That's maybe just
Czyli za wąsko.
blocked the direct pass to the short yellow.
A,
Chociaż nie. Zawęziłeś to drugi. Albo jedno i drugie, a drugi. No jak go nie zasłonią, to możemy go w nos podmienić i będzie nasze dwa będą lepsze.
We are on 4th thrower stones in our featured game at the 15th International Wheelchair Curling Tournament.
Wtedy nam
It is Team Geneva who have just been
będziemy musieli być
plugging away, just getting a couple of steals. With just nice steady play. They want to try to put some pressure on Poland here. It's Poland who have last stone in the 6th end.
było wybijać.
It's Poland who lie one,
Tak zostawić.
but there is a whole heap of stones out front for blue.
a mi z kolei za grubo trafił.
Nie, to było bardzo dobre zrobione.
Nie, ale troszkę
Although from where the brush is,
nie zrolował.
they think they can still get to the yellow that's lying short out in the 8-foot circle there,
Żeby go uderzył z zewnątrz.
but that's going to overcurl a little bit.
Tego chciał. To co, wjeżdżamy? Nasze dwa są lepsze. Wjeżdżamy.
That is not a nice result for him. That was not the angle to catch that stone on, and now you can see Poland lying two. And Geneva, only one stone to come now for them. I wonder what we shall see from them. Might they be
Taka linia.
kind of forced to throw a takeout, or they're playing very confidently with T-line. Maybe they would say to themselves, we'll try and outdraw both of those yellows and put the pressure on that way. Over in the make or break game on sheet 6, it's Canada playing Korea. A very detailed situation going on over there. The Korean coach is down for coach interaction. Anything could happen in that game. If Canada wins, they put themselves direct to the final. If Korea wins, they need both the 7th and the 8th end to jump ahead of Canada in the table.
Ale
To
możemy dobić coś tam. No na pewno trochę
It's found a decent spot, that throw from Poland.
spróbowaliśmy.
That yellow that's splitting the centre line there. But
Dwa.
Murad Mirza is going to have a second look at this yellow
To jest jedyna ich
that's
opcja.
currently short.
Albo dobić niebieską.
He would love it if he can just curl just to the inside of that yellow and get a roll in behind all of those stones in the front rings. That would be perfect.
To będzie raczej
But-
mocniejsze.
Even if
Któregoś się chcą pozbyć po prostu, żeby nie...
he hits and sticks, he doesn't mind that either. Final throw of an intriguing 6th end for Murad Mirza of Geneva. And I think he's a little bit tight again, is he? Oh, no, he's got it perfectly. That is exactly what he was looking for. And he even manages to get the roll in. Let's watch that again. That's exactly what he was looking for. The stone curling just beyond the centre of that Polish shot and sneaking in behind that cover.
Tak nawet tutaj.
Geneva pulling rabbits out of hats all over the place in this game. And it is again Geneva who are lying short.
9,5, 10. Linia ok?
Chyba tak.
And this is the obvious choice for Poland. Use that yellow that's out front. Try and pop yellow back onto the blue.
Za słaby.
Well, Michal indicating that Lukasz was a bit tight already with that. Yeah, he's not going to manage it.
One blue.
And once again,
Jaki był czas?
it is Geneva who are just steadily putting 1 point after 1 point on the board. And Poland will be annoyed about that.
Jaki był czas?
They were sitting really nicely there. They had their 2 yellows in play after an initial mistake
Postawił.
from Mirza with his first throw.
Za słaby.
Nie był za słaby. On był ok. Był...
And they really left the door open for him, and he played a lovely shot with his final throw.
Miałem nadzieję, że jak trafi ten na środku,
And Poland
jeszcze się
not
otrze,
quite finding the line
trafił w nos.
for a promotion takeout.
Mamy do odrobienia 3 i mamy hamera. Raz już to zrobiliśmy, więc zrobimy to jeszcze raz. Łukasz, luz.
Nie, tak, jasne. Szkoda, no wychodzi im to wszystko.
Nie wychodzi, bo oni bardzo źle zagrali początek tego enda.
Tak, ale tam...
Club Geneva, kind of, we call this getting one-ed to death.
Więc musimy po prostu
So you think, oh, it's only 1 point. Oh, it's only 1 point. But yeah, we're in the 6th end now. We just finished the 6th end, rather. And all those 1 points from Geneva are really starting to add up now. And indeed, going into the 7th end in our featured game, it is Geneva 6, Poland 3. There's Slovakia
To jest ostatni end.
over on sheet 1. They are determined to get themselves into the final later on. They are 7 points to 2 ahead of Estonia.
Nie sądzę, żeby...
And yeah, mathematically possible for Estonia to get 5 points in 2 ends, but that's a very big ask. But interesting news over on sheet 6. That's the other top of the table clash. Canada are playing Korea, and Canada just picked up 3 in that 7th end. And I'm not sure if they're aware of this, but that means Canada now have 21 ends. And Korea have 19. So even if Korea would win this 8th end, they cannot now overtake Canada in the table. And that means, viewer, that we will almost certainly be watching a repeat of the earlier round. Looks like our final 2 teams playing for the championship,
Za blisko wózek trochę.
it looks like it will be the teams who are currently 1 and 2 in the table. It will be Canada and Slovakia.
Chwila.
13,5.
And we shall be watching that game here on the live stream. We've really upgraded the live stream this year. I hope you're enjoying it. We're partnering with a new company called Media Rent. They're a local company from Wetzikon here in Switzerland. And they've been working really hard all week, setting up the screens, the cameras.
Otarł się teraz u nich. Stoi na środku.
I'm not sure how we're going to improve for next year.
A jaki była siła?
Maybe we can try to have a chat function
Tak,
and
troszeczkę był za wąsko.
folks can ask questions or get a shout out. But I know we always have a lot of viewers tuning in from Europe, from Canada. Our Canadian supporters always very diligent. And actually our supporters over in Asia Pacific region, they're always very supportive of the teams from that region. So we have the team all the way from Korea this time. And what a battle they've been having. They cannot now overtake Canada in the table, even if Korea go ahead and win this game. They cannot overtake Canada anymore, unfortunately for them. But you will see Korea again next weekend. They are travelling to the sister competition in Scotland. A lot of these teams will make the journey in the next days and play each other all over again next weekend. And just that nice gentle weight again from Geneva. I think that yellow is still slightly closer, but that's not the important part. Important is that nice blue in the front rings there.
Teraz mamy dobrą sytuację.
That's the dangerous one. That yellow now punched behind T-line. So it can't get any closer to the centre. And it could even be
Rzut trochę, o
a stone that might catch another stone, redirect on the way through.
jeszcze nie.
So that's a really nice throw from Isabel from Geneva.
13.
And keep going, keep going, keep going.
Jaki czas?
Keep going, keep going.
Nie słyszę?
Coming up a little bit short for Joanna there. But Poland could still use that. There's space to get in behind that yellow now.
Spokojnie.
And that is exactly what Geneva now want to block.
Jeszcze jest
There is a path on the clockwise handle round behind that yellow just thrown by Joanna.
Mamy na czym budować
And Geneva just wanted to close that door. Francois Nalberczyk been playing very, very steadily at second. He's thrown up heaps of guards already this game. And he's got that beautifully, making it very difficult to get a stone in now behind that yellow guard, and another dangerous blue in that front ring.
Wjeżdżamy.
Poland on one win in this competition. Geneva still looking for their first win.
No. Jak go odsunie, to też będzie dobrze.
Nie. A Łukasz chce wybijać.
All of the teams will play again. It's not only the top two who will play in the ranking game at 12:30. All of the teams will play again. Yeah, you can see the club getting a little bit busier. Everybody's had their breakfast and setting about their day.
Może być ciut mocniejszy.
All 12 teams will play the final ranking game for final positions 1 to 12. All these teams then, they still need a bit of energy for later on today.
Trudno, trudne. Dasz radę?
Poland then thinking there is still a bit of a gap. And that's true, but that stone over curling slightly. But, that's not too bad. That yellow splitting the centre line there.
Wcisnąłem przycisk, więc nie wiem.
That's a stone that Poland can
Siła była
use.
dobra. A. Siła była dobra.
But I'm sure we're going to see
Jest,
some more
jest dobra.
solid play from Geneva. Keep piling those stones towards the forefoot.
W tym endzie to nam zależy na tym, bo możemy coś ugrać. Czysty dom do czytania.
A slightly wider path then. And sometimes the path a little bit further out here towards the edge of the sheet. That can be a little bit slower because we don't play there so often. And maybe Francois thinking about that when he was throwing that stone, and he's just overthrown that a bit. And that gives Poland half a chance to do something with that yellow stone out front. It is Poland who have last stone advantage in the 7th end, but it is Geneva who have a couple of blue stones out front there. Having said that, though, I think it is still the yellow just next to Lukasz's brush there. I think that's still lying short, actually. But Poland smartly realising that, yeah, that yellow's behind T. It's pretty open. I don't think we should be relying on that. So let's, yeah, try to grab control of this front of T area. So that's a decent effort from Monika Bodic. As you can see, there we are, confirmation with the overhead there. 2 yellows are now lying. That's sheets 1 and 2. So yeah, Slovakia within sight of the finish line there. Mathematically possible for Estonia to score 6 points in an 8th end, but that would be very unusual. I think the whole Slovakian team would have to suddenly take ill and leave the ice. So Slovakia within sight of the final, surely. And Team Switzerland, who have kept on running into other Swiss teams this weekend. They're having a nice strong game against the team from the club here in Wetzikon. And they will be hoping simply to play one of our international teams for their final ranking game.
Na tamtą stronę.
Tak.
Team Sweden, though, they are really up against it on sheet 5. They are playing curling club Bern Fribourg.
Tak.
And after 7 ends over there, the score is 6 each. And it will be Sweden who have last stone in the 8th end. Real test for them. But importantly, over on sheet 6, it is Canada playing Korea. Canada sitting top of the table going into this game. They are 7-5 ahead. They're in their final end. And as we worked out, even if Korea win this end and the game, so if Korea could fashion a 3 and grab the game, that will not be enough for them to overtake Canada in the table. So unfortunately for Korea, nothing they can do anymore. They can finish with a win. But unfortunately for Korea, I think they are going to finish the rounds in 3rd place in the table. So we have our first result of this morning over on sheet 4 next to us. That was the team from Club Oberwallis from Switzerland. They were playing Italy, and strong finish by Oberwallis, but Italy too strong. Italy running out winners 10 points to 6, and that will do Italy's campaign plenty of good. So Italy started that game with 3 points, meaning 1 win and 1 tied game, and that will jump them up to 5 points. So they will definitely jump up a few places in the table. Oberwallis. They started with 4 points, 2 wins, 2 losses. So they will stay on 4 points there, but they've had a good weekend, Oberwallis. 2 of their team played in Paralympic last year.
14-1.
So Poland having chances in this 7th end, but they're not really taking them. They need to get something in behind all this cover.
A wiesz co? A tego nie widziałem.
Poland have really been chasing this game from the beginning.
Przez żółtego.
No ale co by to dało? Masz go za...
Geneva with a nice steady start, which we've seen in all of their games really.
Tak, ale i tak byłby gorszy od...
And this time
Tak, ale potem mieli...
keeping that consistency, keeping those tones in play. And surely Geneva, if they can just keep this play going for one more end, surely they will be rewarded with their first win of this competition. But I don't want to speak too soon. We saw Poland build a really terrific score of 3 in that 4th end, and they could certainly do something similar. So Geneva will not be taking their foot off the gas anytime soon.
Już nic. Zabicie jakieś.
It is Geneva lying 1, 2, 3 blues. I don't think that helps them too much. I think that came up a little bit short. I think they were maybe aiming to get a 4th stone into play.
Bo wjazdu nie masz teraz.
No dobicie tylko. Tego, co postawiłeś.
Którego? Tego?
Tego, no.
Tego?
Yeah, that's definitely your best idea, Poland, is
Z której strony?
play on that yellow that's close to the centre.
A
Just
może
want to,
z tej, bo jak trafisz tego, to dobijesz...
yeah, push that back pretty much where Michal's brush is. Now I did just hear the buzzer to signal time's up. I'm not sure what that means for this game, whether that means we've run out of time to play the 8th end or whether it means finish the end you're on and then it's your last end. We shall find out. Oh, but he's found the wrong one. Oh no. Well, he will have one more try to get one of those yellows into play. Yeah, you can see how many attempts Poland has had here in this end to try to get a yellow in behind some cover, but everything coming up a bit short.
Tu robimy taką zmyłkę, żeby wszyscy myśleli, że nie możemy grać. Tak, a w lochy już.
And surely the call here would be to block the path for Poland. Don't let them try to get any of those yellows into play.
Ale
Last throw of the 7th end for Murad Mirza of Geneva.
oprócz Asi kamień. Asi kamień. Oprócz Asi kamień.
Nice effort. He doesn't quite find the right angle though. That yellow is still available. And I think you have no choice, Poland. I think you have to just try to punch that yellow forward. He's got plenty of space. Fully in the 8 foot, the white circle will be enough to count for a point.
Tak 12. Okej.
This looks better. Just stay on that line. Stay on that line. This is much better than his first effort. He's got his line perfect. And that is going to put its brakes on nicely. Lovely throw. Phew, finally, yes.
Thank you,
Says Team Poland. So a nice positive way to finish there for Poland, but indeed we see handshakes. We are out of time to play an 8th end. And a fitting win for the team from Geneva. Unconventional tactics. They really stick to that aggressive stuff, just putting stones in play. We'll get stones into play, put some guards up, but smiles all round. Both these teams then finishing on 1 win in this competition. They will both be playing again later for the final ranking game, but it is a well-worked, well-deserved win for Geneva over Poland. Our final score here in our featured game, it is Geneva 6, Poland 4. Now we have 1 more round to come. It is the final ranking games. One of the finalists is now confirmed. Canada have just concluded their game against Korea. So Canada sit top of the table by themselves on 5 wins out of 5. Slovakia are 8 points to 2 ahead of Estonia. They're in their 8th end. As I said, actually, I think there are not even 6 stones left now for Estonia. So the grand final for the championship, it will be between the 2 teams who have been consistently top of the table this weekend. That will be Canada and Slovakia. But all the teams will be looking forward to the round at 12:30. We have the Caledonian Pipe Band coming. They will be piping in the teams to welcome them to the ice. So do come back and join us at 12:30 for that. All 12 teams will be in action once more. We will be watching the grand final, which will be Team Canada playing Team Slovakia. 12:30 European. Come back then to join us. Thank you for your company just now. Bye for now.